And we're off. Pistol round on the way, and it's Complexity who take that knife round to get the start off on that CT side. 4 players towards mid to start. We're going to get a brawl out of this one. That is if BNE want to give it to him. At the same time, Grim is going to take an opportunity to take a peek down towards that B short side. Who wants to fight this man? Well, it will be Synopsy, but he gets the piece of JT instead. Now, Halzerk starts to empty out his USP, picking off another. GX, though, has a gap to push through, slipping past the defense, and will find Floppy a double gush to do it. Even will get access inside of Temple right now. He could flank around Halzerk, and I'm not sure Halzerk is going to be prepared for this. Halzerk does find Von Flotcher. He does turn around, but GX is going to find another kill. And now
they can run B.
Sprints away to the B site, or they can cut the rotation from inside of middle. GX fighting up, but Fang with an instant headshot, and it puts Scenario in the 1v2, but there's not going to be much time for this clutch as they're already running him down from KP.
No way.
A team kill, though. A team kill. Oh, no. This is catastrophic right now. Smoke on the bomb, and he's going to start to defuse the spam on through the smoke, though. It's not connecting. It's going to be the full stick from Fang. Pistol round for Complexity.
Oh, that was so chaotic there. Fang just instantly executes his teammate towards the back of the head. What a shot, but Complexity still managed to get away with it. The early middle aggression doesn't really work out for Bad News Eagles. It was a great setup coming in from the CTs. Hauser picking up a double there. JT helping out with another. Fang is obviously going to be on 0 kills because, you know.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Even though he picked up 2, but just the wrong person taken down. Bad News Eagles still managed to do the damage, so it's going to be a buy round coming in. Deagle for Synopsy, rifles for the rest. And a quick play towards the A-bomb side.
All right. It's only Grim on a FAMAS and the rest with, I mean, armed to the teeth, all things said. But the FAMAS spray from Fang, not quite connecting for all of them. But Grim, this is a nasty one way above the smoke. Looking to get that spot in towards the triple box. At the same time, Juan pushes through, but Floppy beats him on the duel. And the one way being played by Grim, he does get punished and knocked off his post, but traded out immediately. Synopsy has a smoke phase. Halzerk's waiting for it. Force buy dealt with by Complexity.
Yeah, it was a really well played round. It's a team ace as well in the end of the day for the Complexity side. Picking up kills left, right, and center. Just open up the space. They use the smokes towards the back of the side quite nicely as well, finding advantageous peaks and fights. Obviously, that is the T side for Bad News Eagles. The T side on which they were actually really, really good in their soul game, right? I mean, for those of you that missed it, that was, I believe, our first game of the day even. So that was a long time ago now, a couple hours. They did mark only 5 rounds on their CT side, which was a little bit of a surprise. But then, after we went for the switch, it was a completely new Bad News Eagles. Yeah, that was a monster HE.
I think this could just fall into place here for Fang. He is busy moving between smokes just as they round the corner, however.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of Deagles. This could be a speed run, or this one could be a quick one, as they will walk into his crosshair, gets a couple more spots on in, make it 3, turn it to 4. That's a crispy last one. And then one Deagle shot has to ring on out for Juan Flotro. For it to be a Bad News Eagles round, it has to be that. But it's 3-zip for Complexity.
Yeah, ace denial. But as we started saying, you know, the first time that they played Ancient today against So on the T side, GX ended on 17-6. And, you know, that was a comeback. They had an 11-2 T side against the Iberian players. On the CT, obviously, all of us remember that insane performance from Synopsy, who ended the map on 31-17. And what's more impressive from GX, by the way, you remember, he marked 17 on T side. He ended the first half on 3 kills.
Yep. I mean, that's terrifying because he's such a great clutch factor for the Bad News Eagles unit. Was GX again in that game? I just saw there was multiple 1vx situations for him on the T side with that AWP. See if he gets himself into any positions to make that work. Of course, first things first, you got to get past this setup. Anti-flash being played by everyone here on Complexity, it seems.
Yeah, it's really aggressive stance from the CT side, though. They're not giving a lot of freedom, but the problem is as soon as the smokes fade, they will have to actually fight their way out of here.
Oh, Pete, the swing off the contact, the bomb down, and JT helping out, covering that mid swing as well. Right inside that smoke is Synopsy. And the off angle being played. Fang can't quite convert. It's a 2-for-1, but Grim now here to salvage this with the bomb on the ground at the B doors. Grim looking to close it down as a dink landed onto Regon through the stones. And with 30 seconds remaining, even copying an HE. And then Halzark's going to finish it off with an op shot. That is 4-0 here for Complexity.
Yeah, good find from Halzark. Great aggression once again. JT being really mobile around middle, right? And this is one of the, really good aspects of having your IGL play either Donut or Cave on a map like Genshin. He gets to be involved in the action and, get to micromanage things from the inside, which is always a little bit of a bonus, especially considering that was the first buy round from Bad News Eagles, and you don't really let them get their way onto, their hands onto a bomb plant. They couldn't even make it up to the bomb site.
Hear how AK purchased up here for Scenarii. B&E do want to brawl.
Yeah, gotta keep the CT side economy low. Juan Flatros went for the glue as well.
Smoke towards red room and mid control taken. They're leaving Grim all alone on this A site. Trying to at least bring in Fang for support, but he smoked out at the red room. Grim on the off angle. Trying to take the brawl, spots the barrel. Gets the first kill. Anything extra on that? Another one through. A trade is there from Juan. And actually open access to this A site. Wrapping around though. I love this from Fang. Quietly. This could be the backstab that Complexity needs. The bomb does get planted, but how much post-plant positioning are they going to get with Fang in this position? It's a double kill for him. And the bomb plant is all they'll be getting, plus the kill onto Grim. And that's 5 now for Complexity.
Yeah, great display from Fang as well. It's a great start on the CT side. I mean, those rounds haven't really been that close, right? I mean, yeah, the pistol was one surviving when the ninja. You had 2 surviving in the round before that, but that was, again, a really well-controlled round by the CT side, and Fang's been on to a good start. He's been one of the, I'd say, more criticized player on the Complexity lineup, simply because of, the potential that we all know that he has, once regarded as one of the brightest NA talents out there, and still might be in the conversation, to be fair, but at least in terms of consistency, he hasn't really been able to deliver, but he's been a really solid asset to that Complexity team.
I think recently he's certainly stepped his game up in terms of hitting that consistency, because we know he has a high peak. He has an MVP to his name, for goodness sakes. Halzark, this is a lunatic play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lunatic level play.
That's crazy.
Surely he's dead. No, he has support, but it's... Where's Grim? Oh, no. Grim couldn't double up, and there becomes a problem. That could have been round winning right there, but GX is going to save it.
That was so awkward there. Such an awkward fight for both teams, and JT now he's going to feel like he has to move, and Synopsy, that's exactly what he was waiting for. A nice pickup. Regon makes his way onto the A bomb side, but he's not going to go for the rotations. In fact, he's going to try and go for the backstab. Doesn't make a lot of
noise. Clear out Temple? No.
I think he clears out middle, though. Yep, now he's heard it.
Yeah, Floppy will go down. 1v3 here for Fang, but I think this is going to be a save. That could have been a round-winning play, though, from Complexity. At the end of it was a good call to do that. Just they couldn't execute it. That's the problem.
Yeah. Quite devastating. Well, not quite devastating, but a bit awkward for them there. You could get away with a clearer fight. There was a lot of Bad News Eagles players around you, and until GX actually fires a shot with the AWP, you don't spot anybody. And props to him, by the way, for landing that second shot. That was crazy. If he misses that one, there's probably going to be another one for the rifle. But it was just the one from Floppy. Oh well, now it's just Fang trying to hold on to the AWP. He's going to hear Regon, should have this kill in the back of his shot, but there's still no one to actually take him down. He's going to get cover. That's the first round for Bad News Eagles. Nice reaction from Fang, going to make sure that he stays alive. And that's actually an AWP out of the hands of Bad News Eagles there. Great stuff. Another round.
Yep.
Another mid fight and another day in the office for Synopsy. Doesn't really get challenged this time around though.
Ooh, all right, down towards this B ramp. Though one flash row picks off JT easily. Thanks for the B site very much, but Grim has already pushed down as well. Surprise for everyone as Grim comes back up the B ramp. Regan at the same time, taking down Fang. And it's just a wild round we're seeing right here, but Synopsy's heard the fallback, and so this is going to be a free B site once again. It was free once, and then it's been left open a second time.
Yeah, and they've heard him.
An oddity.
That was such a noisy rotation coming in from Grim. Trying to support his teammate. Now he's going to realize what's going on, and Synopsy Zango should have a free kill. Grim doesn't really want to go for this either. It's just the save.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and back away. And another save here for Complexity. I mean, how did Grim really just went from cave, up B ramp, back around to spawn? He went in a full circle.
Yeah.
Question is, can they still hold on to their guns here? Well, Grim is not going to be letting go of his anytime soon.
That's going to be about it as well in terms of the hunt, right? I mean, Regan and Synopsy realize that BNE don't really have a lot of money in the bank, so you got to stay alive. At least make sure that you can have a nice investment going into the next one. Everyone has money, but you want to build up that bank in the long run. You're hoping to get more rounds here on the T side. And on the other hand, Complexity, they get caught off guard here. Well, I guess it's a little bit fortunate that Grim doesn't really clear out T-spawn and doesn't spot the bomb. He didn't really realize that he had control over that, and BNE know that, or rather knew that really well. They could easily recover it. We go into another one. JT downgraded to the Deagle, but Regan is going to pick up the pace towards middle early on and finds the early opening.
Does anyone else want to follow that one up? Anyone else want to try this? No, instead it'll stay a clean 1-for-1 with BNE in the driver's seat. Still, I mean, handing a lot of map control going the way of Complexity, so one of these weird situations where being in a 4v4 is not actually bad for the CT side.
Yeah, depends on the positioning, and that's
nice.
A great play from Fang. Suppose the player lining up the nade doesn't hear any further steps towards down middle, so he must know that it's either going to be a heavy setup towards the B or the A bomb site here. No one else towards the middle part of the map coming in from Bad News Eagles. They still have time on the clock, though. They have a lot of options, and Complexity have actually given up the entire map for them to work with. Now we're going to see Fang just moving forward towards Red Room. He's going to be jump spotting. Doesn't really see anything, and that's going to make life a little bit easier for Floppy and JT on the setup there towards the B-bomb site. Only problem is JT has only the pistol, so Floppy kind of needs to step it up here.
He is playing the big off angle, though, and it's not like there's an off for GX that can punish him for just, you know, clearing out angles systematically. See if these smokes come on through, though, and I think that could just escort the cave move out easily. We will cross safely. There will be a plant here on this B site. Time to get the tick.
Yeah, 2 defuse kids going into the retake. Halzark is going to be really important. He's on the wrap from middle, and they're buying enough time. I feel like Scenario doesn't realize that this is a possibility. It's so late into the retake. Halzark might have this free kill there.
Oh, but GX is still going to find the kill. Halzark is taking too much time on this flank. He swapped out to the AK by this time. Time is beginning to run very low. Juan gets the first, but Halzark on the trade. He has a kit and he has time.
Oh, that's such a late retake. That's such a massive risk that Halzark is running there as well, right? If his second teammate falls down, if all of them fall down, surely someone's going to turn around and hold for him, and he doesn't have the round in the palm of his hands, but does manage to get it out in the 1 versus 1 in the end. Great stuff. From the other Complexity member, that was towards CT. A really explosive round from BNE. Still punished that mid-aggression, or rather mid-round aggression from Complexity towards middle. Fang has been moving around quite a lot, right? He's been kind of agile here on the CT side.
That's his style of play. He's an entry fragger by trade, and he brings the aggressive rifling to the CT side. But what about Grim's anchor duty? Can he do this? This is just classic Grim. This is his home territory here on A sites, anchoring it down. Join together with Fang. There's a whole boatload of complexity players here just to stop you dead in your tracks.
Yeah,
Flatro
look
up
at the
on the
nades.
boost. Oh, they tried to cross out in the open. Oh my, that could have been Fang going down in an instant.
Flatro still on the boost. Last smoke for the T side to use now. They need to find some kills. This is going to be such a difficult take.
Yeah, and Juan finds the kill. And Fang, oh, he reveals his position. He does show himself, but they don't register it. Com's not there in time. Scenari starts taking tons of flak, and Floppy is still here on the B side. None of this funny business going on there. Thanks for the AK pickup, and it's just Scenari, 43 HP in a 1v4, and being watched for by JT. He'll lock it in. 7-2 right now for complexity. We're seeing the classic dominant CT side.
Yeah, it was a really aggressive investment coming in from BNE as well, right? They didn't really have a lot of util, so you kind of rely on Regon to pick up that opening kill, and as soon as this one goes south, you're pretty much locked out of the route. You need to hope that you get a couple shots on the board. So far, though, complexity have been quite good at, realizing when BNE don't really have a lot of options in terms of utility and, a lot of
here we go again.
To work with.
Towards middle, it's the one way. They're all behind the smoke. Fang goes down instantly. Hauser next in line as Juan has the trade. And now, Grim's gonna entrench himself. He's gonna dig his heels in. He's gonna fight. Finds the first, and there's no trade. They're busy lining up nades. He's gonna stay around, dancing around him. He almost goes for 3. Scenari is there for the trade, but they're already in play. Trying to delay here is Floppy. Swinging into Juan. Juan is going to find the double kill, and it's JT up for a 1 versus 2. Are they going to plant in the open, though? They will. And the smoke begins to fade. An opportunity presents itself for JT. He spots the last in Scenari, has him trapped in position. Is that flash good enough? Certainly is. Holding the line. Just being patient here. Can pay so many dividends for JT. The IGL is going to pull a 1v2 for complexity.
Yeah, that was a really intelligent 1 versus 2 from JT there. Catches the timing on the first one, then holds the line. Knows that he needs to bait out the peak from Scenari. Baits him out into the open. Gets it in the end. Massive clutch there to be picked up by the CT side. At least BNE get a bomb plant out of this one, but at one point, you got to start winning those clutches even. And look at the reactions on the side of complexity. They're loving it. They're so happy about what they're seeing right now.
I mean, these rounds are getting down to the wire, though. Complexity's money's never able to take off. Bad news, Eagles are a 1 good round win away from turning this game around.
Yeah, true. And it's T-side. I mean, considering that they're going to be able to mount up a nice defense and it's not going to be the same as it was against Seoul. You just need around 4 or 5 rounds you're going to be really happy with.
I'm just going to go for the peak. Oh, the boldness on this one. GX is holding with an AWP.
Oh, he knows.
Creeping closer to the angle, sees the arm, takes the shot. But what about Juan? Juan's tucked away in that corner. This could be such a dangerous game that Halzerk is playing. But Juan Flasher does not want to peek out on that one.
Yeah, GX is still holding the line, though.
Oh boy. Weird position, Fang. Inside of the red room, it's going to be as the smoke fades. Quite the battle. Leg spotted out and starts to realize that something's up as Synopsy starts to split the site. They group up towards that B ramp. But both complexity players also want to brawl. It's going to be decided right here, right now.
My God.
It's going to be complexity all the way. 3 kills. Eviscerates the attack, and it's just Synopsy flanking through the red room. 30 seconds on the clock to get the bomb and plant it.
JT realized it. They kissed each other in the smoke. He started firing first, and they won the fight. Bomb drops. Synopsy, no chance in the round, surely. 25 seconds. You gotta find both those kills, and Floppy, he's already on top of the boost. Should have this one in the bag. Synopsy seems to have an idea. Molotov actually gets out of there, even though he's low on HP. Might get away with a plant. Okay, that's money in the bank.
I mean, that is the first part of this, but yeah, that's all there is. Complexity get one of the cleaner rounds they've been looking for here, with 3 standing. But a bomb plant for B&E, I mean, every single time you get a plant, you're going to be able to buy up AKs once again, still posing threats.
Yeah, look at that once again. That was so awkward. JT fires first. Floppy spawns the second one going out of the smoke. And at this point, it was GX just left in a 1 versus 2. That was really hard to pull off. 7-round lead here for Complexity. That's one of the best Complexity games we've seen yet. I feel like that's the best performance from them in this tournament for sure. I mean, we had that victory against Fnatic, but I'm not sure exactly how one-sided that one was in the start. And to be fair, 9-2 doesn't really tell the story of this game, but the fact is that they've been able to pick up the rounds, right? Even though BNE have been able to, get really close in a lot of those, they've still been losing in the clutches.
Which is normally where you think BNE thrive, where it just comes down to individual, instinctual Counter-Strike.
Yeah, well, there's been 5 defuses so far.
Yeah, the retakes from Complexity have always been so darn good.
Yeah, and 3 of them have been, by the way, by a single player.
I mean, a 1v2 clutch, a 1v1 from Hauserk, but now that 1v1 by Juan Flotro. Not necessarily the clutch, but starting to brew something in this round. Rigon, is he going to clear close right? He certainly isn't. Fangmon being patient, but Juan finds another kill. Grim, though, wants to flash through the smoke, getting spammed down. Juan Flotro's going to find a 3rd kill. And that might just be BNE sealing away another round. We're getting a save out of this again for Cole.
Yeah, that's another triple kill delight coming in from Bad News Eagles. We had a lot of those from Synopsy in the first game earlier today that they had against. So Juan Flatro, though, steps it up massively. The hero that they need, surely. Now they're on the hunt. Gotta make sure that you don't lose a lot of members yourselves, though, because money is not great. It might not be perfect for the CT side, and it could be a justified risk, but if you lose too many bodies, you could be in a reset potential as well. And Hauser, he's going to pick up another. That's expensive for the T side.
And so, yeah, they're going to, I mean, a couple players might be on Galil's.
Yeah, they're playing a risky game.
I mean, that's a BNE way. But that risk could cost you your tournament life. Still 9-3, still very much in this half.
Oh yeah, in the game as well. I mean, it's we shouldn't be writing them off.
BNE we're talking about.
A quiet game as well, and he can step it up in the second half.
Oh, Grim wins that? I thought he was found out there by Rigon, but the shots just dot around him. At the same time, though, what is going on here? Synopsy just double entries the site on his own, and Floppy needs to get out of dodge, escape by time for the teammates to rotate on in, because unbelievable scenes that just occurred here from BNE.
Yeah, he's just gonna wait it out. They can play the retake. 1 defuse kit in the hands of Fang. Every single CT coming in from the same spot, but Floppy's low HP might be a bit of a spanner into the works.
They're considering it. Gonna second guess themselves, or are they gonna give this one a go? Smoking towards the cave position. Scenari tucked away on the site itself with a teammate. A little bait and switch, perhaps, as Juan Flatro does fall. Scenari wants to pick his timing right, and it seems like it's almost perfect, and it is. A double kill for him, and Complexity starting to fall behind in the half. Sure, they have 9 already, but BNE are closing the distance.
Yeah, another massive round coming in this time from Synopsy, though, on the double entry towards the B-bomb side. Once again, the middle fight just doesn't go in favor of the Bad News Eagles. Rigon going down early on, and that's... well, I think that's the 3rd or the 4th time maybe Rigon just went out of middle and just been absolutely denied to go for a peek, but Synopsy with a great response. We said that he's been a bit of a slow starter, had a phenomenal game against Saul. He needs to get back to form, though. But now this is a lot better. We're actually looking at a really decent first half from Bad News Eagles. It's just the USPs on the other side. Oh, okay, that's not actually Fang. Fang's got his use, and I just saw Grim tuck in that corner. I got scared for a second. Yeah, it's just a nice Grim with a 5-7.
Crossfire setup. One player swings out, and unfortunately, Floppy doesn't have the goods to trade that one out. So Fang in Temple with a Zeus. I don't even think it's going to be used here.
Yeah, crisp stuff coming in from the BNE boys. Oh, you think he's going for a knife?
I think he is. But there's a high chance that Halsik just turns around.
Yeah, true.
You can see that. He does turn around. No chance for a knife, but the kill just comes through. And we're going to see a 5th round here for Bad News Eagles. Still certainly... Are they bringing the bomb back to A? No, they're just hunting for kills here. That'll be Ragun to clean it up. 5 rounds for BNE. And this final round of the half, 10-5 and 9-6 are quite different score lines.
Yeah, it's been a great recovery so far. That could have been a way more devastating first half here for the Kosovian players. And now it's really doable. I mean, with 5 rounds, you can get away with 6 potentially. You're back into the game. And I've loved, once again, the fact that they have that potential of, you know, one player just having a good game and everybody else just starting to wake up slowly behind him. This time it's been Flatro. He's on 16 and 12. And you could see in the previous couple rounds how different players have been able to pick up the slack slowly but surely.
Around the smoke, Rion. Smoke spam, but whoa, Grim is just so fast. Door smoked out, but ooh, the smoke fades. Still landing a dink. He's just, I don't know, man. Give it an inch, it'll take a mile.
Yeah.
Now, it will be a B-side play. They will hit the execute in, and it will be JT on the hole. First headshot on the scenario. Next in line is GXX. But one Flatro somehow finds a double kill. And towards the entry, and it's the sheer firepower of B&E. Making me lose my bearings as it's going to be Synopsy to no-scope it for the 9-6 half. That's unreal.
Yeah, they've woken up. They've won 4 rounds in a row. That was looking like a really scary
work towards. They had a massive break. They missed out on the major. So this is really the first thing that's on their minds when it comes to European competition is to do well in this event. And BNE, certainly the same. This time a bit of a gamble stack towards the A side on the pistol round. The collapsing towards middle, but Complexity seem keen on a B play.
Yeah, they're waiting out to see if there's going to be any early aggression from the CT side towards lane, but there's none, and that's actually awkward. You just see Bad News Eagles have every single player on their side towards the B bomb side, or rather towards A, and Complexity have everybody towards B. They're going to walk into an empty bomb side, and now we'll realize what the case is. Elzerk all alone, the only one actually holding towards lane, and the only problem with this one is that they need to take some space, and that fight for cave is going to be pivotal for the round.
Oh, Synopsy, though, couldn't win it. And Dragon is even gushed down and dropped instantly, and the rest, they try to get access to the bomb, but now it's just Scenari, 41 HP, and, well, the kit's not going to do you any good there. 10 rounds for Complexity. This is a massive opportunity for them. I mean, Complexity, as an NA fan, watching Complexity, it's tough to see them close out games cleanly, but this is the first step.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty devastating pistol round for Bad News Eagles, if I might say so. Every single player of BNE either sees nobody or sees 5 people on their screen. So it's kind of tough to pick up a couple kills there. They are still going to go for the force regardless. There's the white swing towards middle. Coming in from the T side, not really spotting anybody. Flatro going to be the first line of defense towards cave with the smoke in hand. Jiggles out, spots 2, going to fall back. You want to hold on to your nades for as long as possible, right? You have 5 smokes in the mix. Ideally, you're going to be able to toy with the time as long as, you know, making Complexity run through those smokes later on.
That's a nice molly. That forces out Juan into the open.
I love it how you call him Juan, and it's like he's Spanish. I just imagine him with Juan Flatro.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say the full name. Come on, that's so long.
Yeah,
so
but when you say Juan, I just imagine him having, you know, the gratisfaction mustache.
Ah,
you know, just wearing a sombrero.
Yeah, I guess you. I mean, what
like
about the Juan Flatro mustache, huh? What's the gratisfaction mustache?
He's just the main
Flatro
character from the Spanish drama series, Juan.
Yeah, I know what you mean, like a cowboy movie.
Yeah.
See what a good friend Juan can bring to the table. Spots out 2 players with that 5-7. And now you have to feel inclined to push forward, but they just line up for Fang. Rigon looking for a deagle headshot, but the sheer amount of bullets stopping him in his tracks. Synopsy falls next, and GXX knocked down. That's a force buy taken care of by Complexity, and now they're up to 11.
Yeah, that's a great start to the T side. Exactly what you need, especially after dropping the ball a little bit there towards the latter stages of the first half and, letting Bad News Eagles get away with 4 consecutive rounds, I think it was, on the offense. You want to get the pistols, the conversions, go in your favor. That's going to be a 12-6 score for Complexity. And considering how, struggle-ish that CT side was from Bad News Eagles earlier on today, they will need a massive comeback into this one. Hopefully for them, they've been able to, rust it off.
To be fair, though, that's what a grenade. That's so nice. 100 damage. Oh, the nade actually touches down to finish the job.
You know what they say? When the flop flops, it flops.
Yeah, that is true. The Zeus almost finds a target there with Synopsy, but faster on the trigger there is Floppy. And it'll be a 1v3 here for Rigon. And he is getting flanked by Fang. It's going to be put to rest or not, as Rigon just staples down Fang. Do you save this or do you just keep going for damage? I mean, he has a fight with Halzark on his plate. Oh, Halzark does dip away back in towards Jaguar. So it'll be 12 for Complexity.
Yeah, quite an expensive round, though. I mean, that's great for Bad News Eagles. You get away with an AK, 3 kills as well. Money's going to be kept quite at bay here. On the side of Colwyn, Rigon, he's actually looking for another one. Not going to be able to find it, unfortunately, for him. Double score. Bad News Eagles. It's time to wake up and start delivering. And I'm not really surprised that we're going to see that first tactical timeout. Now, there's actually 2 types of teams, right? There's one type of teams that love going for their attacks and love getting the coach involved a lot. Bad News Eagles are quite the opposite, right? You see them going for a tactical timeout only if things are going really wrong. And this is how you know they mean business. They realize that their tournament life might be on the line here. They need to make that defense work.
I mean, playing up against the JTT side and also taking into account the CT side that they had against Saw was far from optimal. Like, keep in mind that B&E, it took them the early start to even keep them in the game against Saw. They lost about, I believe it was 10 gun rounds in a row.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was really
Yikes
rusty
for me.
Well, you know what they say. It's a different game. Not a different day, but a different game.
See how that changes here. Scenario pushes down, but he's handled by Floppy. And the only thing Juan Flatcher can do is spam in desperation as JT! Double gush, goodbye!
What can you do about it?
I mean, I don't know. GX sees he's going to try to do something about it. Pushing right into JT, and that's an open B site just given for free. The only person who can stop it is Rigon. They'll push in towards lane, and Halzark's just going to op him down dead. We are looking at 13 for Complexity. They take the first gun round, and Bad News Eagles are in hot water.
Yeah, see, that's my own JT's face. That's the worst nightmare of Bad News Eagles right now. Complexity enjoy their stay in the server. They like what's going on. They're having a great time. Just picking up fight after fight. Bad News Eagles are just playing right into them. And this could be B&E, one of the best teams in this group. We rank them amongst the top 3, right? In the start of the day. They could be on the barrel of elimination here at the Elisa Masters Espoo 2022. They might not even make it on the stage.
Definitely a fan favorite team as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, who doesn't love B&E? Come on. Everyone loves them.
That's a cause that I definitely am a fan of. Juan. Oh, okay, that's a good find. Great find through the smoke for Juan. To keep him fighting. Punishing that insolence. Keep spamming that smoke, and Juan's gonna stop you.
Yeah, it's a good opening. You have a bit of a half bite going on. Regon still has the hero AWP though. This could be a game changer. Flat row, he's gonna stay aggressive.
Wow.
Does manage a second, and there's no one near to actually refrag Floppy. It's a 5 versus 3, and they're going over towards the A bomb side. Not only that, the bomb is alone towards main. Synopsy, he can throw a massive spanner into the works here.
Oh boy, and yep, Ozark just taking his sweet time. Thanks for the AWP, by the way. And they're gonna boost above. And they're gonna leap across. Synopsy could not hit the shot. A massive opportunity could have been squandered there by BNE to win one of these Deagle rounds.
There still is a chance though. AWP
Scenario
gone.
You never know. 30 seconds though. Regon will make the reposition. Oh man. And he is in a prime position, but will he hear this? Will he be aware? He does.
He's been spotted.
Back around, but he's tapped out. He's visible from mid. Not taking that into account. And Grim has found the headshot. An open avenue to the B site. And there is time to set that bomb down. Believe it or not. They're going to try and hunt Grim. They will be successful in that. And it leaves Fang for a clutch.
Yeah, and he has the information that one of the two members is low on HP. Scenario is going to be able to pick up an AK. They have no defuse kit. They need to be really quick with this one. In fact, surely at some point he's going to get a little bit more aggressive and get an idea on exactly what's going on. They're not going to be quiet about it. He's going to hear them.
Oh, they don't have kits. Take one down. He might get the rest. He makes the spot out. No, and Juan Flatro is going to find it. A half-by victory for BNE, keeping them in the game.
What a round from Juan Flatro. That's genius. The 4K there, winning that fight against Grim on middle, that was absolutely pivotal. And the fact that Regon goes down, that was so unfortunate, right? You could see the thought process behind him, right? He knew exactly what the play was, just didn't get the timing right. He thought that both of them were going to play together towards the B alley. Wasn't ready for the peak. Grim does his absolute best. You got to feel like if he wins that second fight, that's going to be a complexity round. But it's still bad news, Eagles. In the game, another buy round coming up. 13-7 complexity. Scratched away from 14. They'll have to fight for it.
We're looking at a B rush potential. It's a lot of in towards B short instead, and maybe even out towards middle. They're going to run through the smoke. They're already inside a Jaguar, and Synopsy has nothing really to shoot at just yet. Underneath the smoke, it'll be instead Juan Flatro pushing in. Fang deals with both of them, pushing into Jaguar, though. 3v4. And Regon, late to the show. Molly's blanketing everywhere. He gets himself into cave at the minimum. But that could just be all. Plant goes through. Will they clear him out? Well, Floppy won't, but what about the next? Fang is still inside a cave, and Regon is going to find another. And now they're ready for Fang. Now they know exactly where he's coming from. He will find the first headshot, though.
Surely not.
6 HP. There is surely no way. This is a possibility. He does have the ability to wallbang spam on towards that diffuser. And if they have the kit on it, they do. This will be the defuse. Synopsy will get it across the line, and that will be 8 for Bad News Eagles. It gets closer and closer.
Wow, what a hero play from Regon. Once again, he is the one to step it up. We had so many moments like that on the previous map as well, right? I mean, the previous 2 maps that Bad News Eagles lost, it was Regon, especially in that Mirage game against Astralis. Just pulling off the rabbits out of the hat. Magic tricks. Just jumping through the Molotov is a massive risk on itself, right? Because the execute had already started when he tries to get into a comfortable position towards K, but he knows that he needs to get involved.
Oh, that's a big kill. Allstark punishes down Synopsy. Maybe not expecting an AWP to be present, considering the amount of rounds that they've won in a row. And that is a surprise for BNE.
Yeah, man advantage early on, and now they're going to regroup back towards the A-bomb side, where I believe Regon is all alone with an M4, and he's actually going to start walking away. They're going to stack B here. This is a massive chance. Regon, he's going to stick around, feeling like something's not right. It's 2.
Quiet. Regon's going to make his way into Donut instead. Beginning to clear out the rest of the site. Now they'll start making noise. Now they'll start shuffling around. And also GX gets him to position from the temple area. Plant to go through. Regon. Crosshair. Good. He'll find the kill. Grim on the trade. Everyone's blind. One Flatro converts the kill, though. Make it double. No. Fang delivers. 2v2. Both players spotted out inside a temple. That's the information there for Complexity. What will they do with it? Plant going in. Fang, will he be able to reposition? Gap in the smoke. He's not able to cross. So he has to maybe stand and fight. Smoke beginning to fade.
Oh.
And GXX is going to find the kill. JT needs to isolate these fights for the clutch. First foul, almost the second, almost the transfer. He didn't complete the spray though, and it's BNE who keep the train moving.
Wow, he thought he got it, or just tried to take cover. Scenario with the double kill. This is massive. Remember all the close rounds that Complexity won that first half. Bad News Eagles, they're making them work for their money now. 3 consecutive retakes, 3 consecutive defuses for the BNE boys. 2 surviving in the last 2, 1 surviving here, but they're still alive in the tournament. And look at the money on Complexity. Even though they've been getting the bomb plants, well, most of the time they have, their money is still dwindling. They don't have the maximum loss bonus just yet, so they gotta make a decision here. A tactical timeout coming in for JT and the boys. They can start feeling how this game could flop out of their hands. And excuse the pun, that's going to be quite unfortunate. They decide to go for the reinvestment. A lot of Khalils, a lot of AKs. They know that if they make their way onto the bomb side, that's going to be a justified investment, even if they do lose the round. And they have been good at least planting that C4. You got to feel like the momentum is going to start building up for BNE at some point, though. And this is why you're going for that force. You want to stop that from happening.
Oh, they're looking to take it aggressive towards middle. Fang drops a smoke, drops a flash, goes in above the smoke, though. You're going to see it's actually Synopsy getting the spot, but spammed right back out. The trade is in towards middle. What are Complexity going to do with it here?
Oh, they've been grouped up in front of the B-bomb side for the past while. Scenario, not really going to see anything. Complexity are hoping that they get a bit of a freebie, and they might actually, because Bad News Eagles, they need to be wary of middle as well, which means that they're going to be kind of occupied and could be taken down off guard. Grim is going to close out the distance. Ideally, you want to get really close before you make your presence known. And Scenario, he could be the first line of defense here.
Flashes in. Oh man, they're already in. It's so quick. It's a surprise. Here, Bad News Eagles. They're looking to set that plan down, and he'll find Halzerk. Bomb carrier dropped. Grim trying to set it down without getting spammed out completely. 3v4, Grim in such a paranoid position behind the site pillar. And now that JT falls, the smokes drop, the curtains lift, and it's time to brawl. It's BNE on top of their game right now. Has to be something absolutely obscene from Floppy, and it is at double digits for Bad News Eagles.
Yeah, it's another retake. That's really devastating for Complexity, but Bad News Eagles, they look more and more comfortable in those post-plan scenarios, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, in these retakes, they're more coordinated. Complexity post-plant positions are not quite connected in that way. So when one person loses a duel, it feels like the whole post-plant falls apart.
Yeah, a couple rounds ago, it felt like every single time a Bad News Eagles player had to go for a hero play, right? You still remember that Regon jump through the Molotov, getting himself solo towards cave and all of that. They don't need that anymore. They just feel comfortable approaching the retake in the standard way, and it's been working out. And this is the momentum. This is them trying to, you know, or not rather trying, but feeling more secure here on their CT side.
Oh, one Flasher now starting to get pristine with it. That's a double.
26.
And they're going to send the rest of these 3 pistols towards the A site. Double setup, lying in wait. And off, holding a thread angle. Oh, whoa. Halzerk finds a deagle headshot onto Rigon, but I think that's where this one will end. A leg shot on the Fang. The USP is going to do it. Triple kill there for GXX. And it is Bad News Eagle bringing the game within 2.
Yeah. In the role of the Catalyst on this map, it is Juan Flatro. We had the same talk over on Ancient the first time they played it. Back then it was Synopsy, the one to step it up with so many multi-kills, so many good plays there for Bad News Eagles to get everyone else fired up, give them a little bit of a wake-up call. This is what Complexity are trying to do right now, because things haven't been going to plan. Not whatsoever. This was the first round that you actually didn't make it onto the bomb side. Now, we get it. You didn't really have the money. You didn't really want to go for a full investment. You wanted to get Halzerk on that AWP. But at some point, you got to start feeling the pressure. And I feel like we're past that moment. You've lost 5 in a row. Bad News Eagles are looking really good. Juan Flatro is on 26 and 18, and everyone else is slowly starting to pick up the slack as well. And you're still under control, right? You still have the game under control when you look at the scoreboard. But this is the final round in which, you know, you're going to have that benefit. You lose this round, it's a pretty leveled up match.
So some mad individual play we've been seeing from Complexity, or rather from BNE, and it's going to keep going. It's Recon just pushing through A main and dragging down Grim.
That's the confidence play.
Walk up. Did they see a barrel? That's a big question. Staring inside of the corner right now. One Flatro gets traded out easily. As a quick 2-for-1. Fang in middle. Couldn't convert the headshot either. And things go from bad to worse here for Complexity. Looking to play around with Halzerk here. GXX is just going to swing out, take the easy shot. And now the game is within 1.
Yeah, it's in the oven. It's cooking. Now they're not even making their way onto the bomb side. Bad News Eagles, they've been starting to pick up that pace and now building up the cash as well, building up the foundation. Complexity, maximum loss bonus is going to mean that they can continue reinvesting. It's going to be a sloppy one though. Not everybody really has the money to go for a rifle, and Floppy is going to leave himself some cash. Halzerk as well for the AWP. It's a bit of a half-buy coming up, but with 3 hero AKs, you feel like it's going to be a dangerous one.
Oh my goodness. They're just going to go for a straight B rush. This is the play, and it might work. It finds the entry onto Scenari, and the shot not connecting from GXX. JT has just found another entry. GXX, though, that's 2. Right back to swing it in. 3v3 and post-plant positions are not here for Complexity. It's Halzerk on a Glock to try and stop the equalization. 6 in a row. Looking likely. Halzerk, all he can do is hope to spam, but it's planted on the other side of the pillar. There's no winning that. Synopsy deals the final headshot. JT try as he might. It's BNE to 13.
And again, Bad News Eagles, they just look so comfortable in those post plants, right? Even though this one goes in hell. I mean, Scenario and Flatro, they get caught completely off guard there. And GX with a lovely recovery there with the double kill towards CT with the AWP utility. Once again, it's been absolutely phenomenal here for BNE on the retakes. Flatro's on 100 utility damage, but then you look at people like Regon, who's on 170. You look at GX and Synopsy, both around the 150 mark. They've been absolutely great on those retakes. 13-13, we're leveled up.
This execute can work. They're just walking out A. And there's no one actually on the site to contest. Smoking towards spawn. The question is here for Regon. Do you want to fight? Well, he tries to, and he gets obliterated for it. The Synopsy want to push the smoke, push the issue. Not on Grim's watch. And we're looking to see a man advantage, a post plant here for Complexity. Can we see more magic out of BNE? Maybe not today, not when Grim is playing like this. 3 headshots for him, and Grim is going for the ace. 4 on the round, and Complexity will hit 14 by Grim's will.
That's just a Grim round. Straight out of there. I mean, it was a great flash from Fang to open things up onto Regon. He was completely blind, didn't see anything, but then Grim just playing in the gap of the smoke. He was just ready for every single peek coming in from BNE. And this is so devastating. You get so many rounds in a row, 7 if I'm correct, and then you just get shut down as soon as you level things up. First to 14 is going to be Complexity. And as you said, that was just by Grim's will. That's why they still call him the superstar, right? I mean, that's why you can still look at Grim and say that he is individually one of the best players that the NA scene has to offer because of performances like that, because of rounds like that. He's up to 25 kills, but there is still one more. The final boss, Juan Flatro, up on 27 on the other side, trying his best to counter Grim. BNE, at least they've been able to build up that economy, so they have a concurrent buy in this one as well.
Oh, what an angle for Regon. But if there's more players that come his way, it'll be a serious problem. Grim, will he clear this? Will he just be better, or will it be Regon? Regon for the first. He gets a second.
Massive.
And now GXX on the angle. Flash in, though.
Oh, he's seen him.
We could get... It could... Yeah, I think he has been spotted out. Tag landed. Yeah, he'll escape. The nade? It will finish him off. All right, it's back down to the 3v3 by virtue of the HE.
Yeah, they absolutely needed that refrag. It's 2 or 3 versus 3. They're going to slow it down, actually. It's not like Complexity have a really cheeky lurk or they've been able to catch a gap in the lines of BNE, but they still have a 3 versus 3 with a lot of time on the clock. Smoke towards window. Going to make sure that they can safely cross towards donut if they want to. They've actually just slowed it down. It's going to be again the A-bomb side, but just redirecting it a little bit. And Synopsy, he's all alone. He was a hero early on today in their first game. Can he deliver now?
You can get timing here. He goes back and forth between the angles. There it is. There it is. Looking between the angles, and he gets timing. JT with the headshot. And with 30 seconds left on the clock, the bomb is going to get planted. Both players here for the Bad News Eagles are ready to retake. Juan and Seneri on Flatro making his way out of the temple side, and Seneri right through the smoke. Now even Juan, no, it's gonna be Floppy. How did he spin for the second? So many questions, but no time to answer. It's Complexity on map and maybe elimination point.
Oh, what a double kill from Floppy, and the timing. You gotta feel like you've been completely hard done there if you're Juan Flatro, or rather Synopsy. He had the angle, had the M4 in hand. Just look. The right, or rather the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, I guess it could be the right one if you ask Complexity. They're going to be really happy about how this one went, especially after losing the first 2 fights. They managed to find a double refrag. The HE as well taking down the AWP of GX there towards the A-bomb side. Absolutely massive recovery. And another timeout. Bad News Eagles. You've been more than spectacular on those comebacks. 7 rounds in a row on the CT side, but they need 2 more to force overtime. At least the buy is good. At least they have the rifles. Flatro is the only one that's going to be on an MP9. No defuse kit, though, might be a problem. You don't really want to get into a post plant.
Ooh, okay, but GX doesn't want us to leave just yet. JT's actually going to let him go. That could have been an easy refrag, but JT not maybe trusting himself enough.
I don't think he's realized it. I don't think he believed that he's going to be all alone.
Certainly he heard the footsteps.
Yeah, but he doesn't believe he's all alone just running back, for sure.
Nasty boost in play, and now GX is even from the red house. Still finding more impact, dragging down Floppy.
That angle is nasty. Surely, if Hauserk walks in,
Yeah.
Scenario is going to get a free kill. This is a complete lockdown of that B-bomb side.
There's no way you can flash him off of this angle as well. It's just immune. I mean, a player can walk up, sure, but yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. He does actually get blinded up, but not ready for that. Hauserk couldn't hit the shot either. And, well, they do have the cash for the next round. Looks like we're going to be going all 30 here as JT sits in the 1v5 and getting collapsed in by the Eagles. All right, 30 rounds required and tournament life on the line for both teams.
28 for Flatro. He's been an absolute hero, 1 away from forcing overtime. AK's out, AWP for Hauserk. As we said, this previous round was a complete lockdown by the Bad News Eagles. Complexity, they're so close to, well, pretty much eliminating Bad News Eagles from the tournament. I mean, if you're down that 1-3, you have a really minimal percentage of a chance to make it through to the playoffs.
The Synopsy, off angle, just playing on that edge of that smoke, but JT might be able to swing out and spot him first on the fallback. Oh boy. A clash that results in nothing.
Yeah, you can see how afraid both teams are. Well, maybe not afraid, how careful they are. No one really wants to be the first one to go down in such an important round. A round with such magnitude for the run in the tournament. The CTs still have plenty of utility, a lot of Molotovs. Complexity actually haven't done enough to bait out that util.
So it'll take some time. You start running that down. It'll be 4 players inside a Jaguar. Make it 3. The bomb grouping up towards the B site. It will be the play. The molly in. The trade is there from Juan. So, Scenari behind the smoke, taking some flak down to 46. And he'll get spammed out. Fang is gonna find him. Rigon, players behind the smoke. Can he deliver? Now they start to swing him. He finds the first, but can't convert the second. Man advantage for Complexity to eliminate BNE. JT a double kill. HE for GXX. He needs a clutch. And now the force overtime or bust. And now GXX misses the first position revealed. 1v3. Reload is there, but time is starting to tick. No utility playing in his favor. Crossfires to break apart. Complexity with prying eyes are looking to lock themselves, staying in this event, and they will. Halzerk drops GXX, and the hopes of BNE might just be dashed here as they fall 1-3.
Oh, what a game that is from Complexity. They did put so much effort into that engine, played a fantastic first half, did manage to bounce back with a great start.